Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this reading. So, Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So, let's find out what shenanigans have brought us to YouTube today. Gotta put my makeup on. All right. What did they roll around my bed for you? What did they roll around my bed for you? What did they roll around my bed for you? What did they roll around my bed for you? So the subject matter of this reading, we got moving on. So someone or something is moving away. They're moving on. My work here is done. Next chapter. Next chapter of our glorious story. Okay. time for the folk quiz. Okay, so we got number of persons involved, 21 to 25. But it came out kind of weird. Okay. Okay, so it's in the upright. Okay, just making sure. Okay, so so we got wishful thinking. Number of persons involved, 26 to 30. And then they did it in another country or state or island. Ah, interesting. You know what I don't have? My toilet paper. Oh, I'm sagging. Hang on. I can't show you guys that. Yeah. Back to sagging. So, let's see. Clear my respiratory tract first of all. So I'm feeling like this 21 to 25 is the same 26 to 30 persons. I feel like I'm getting also it's another set. Like one set did it, now another set is thinking, yeah, we should move on too. Because they did it over there. Okay. So one set of people move on. It's gonna be some you know what? We gonna get the cards. Let the cards do the talking. Hundred roses around my bed for you. Hundred roses around my bed for you, honey. La 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 la. Seriously. Okay. Let's find out more about what this is pertaining to before we move on. Because I am not well today. And here I am. So, this must be important. Let's get some information. Okay, so the cut, oh, there's more. Because I'm thinking this don't make no sense. Okay, so we got location. Uh-oh. I feel a sneeze coming on. Let's just get prepared. Okay. So we got location and inherit. Those are the cards that came out. Location and inherit. Okay. The underlying issue is remembrance. So something that happened in the past. And then we have future. So yeah, I'm getting like if they did it, we can do it too. We got prophecy. And we have a prophetess. Victory. Woohoo! Victory over death. Victory over change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not going to go how you want it to go. It's going to go how the great prophet says. Who is the greatest prophet? The prophet of all prophets. Okay? Yeah. So I'm getting like setting self free. That's what I'm getting. Let's read on. So we got recognition, conquering, more victory. Conquering, and you got sex life. So sex life is not actually talking about the act of sex. It's talking about that exchange, that intercourse. Because next we got education. So it's like, I didn't know, but now I know. Education when it comes to one's profession and one's identity. It's like, I don't have to be like that anymore. I could be peace now. We got institution is heavily burdened. Because of their moral compass. Do you see what's happening here? Do you smell what the rock is cooking? Heaven and earth, we say. Good over evil, we say. Light over the darkness, we say. Let Jah arise and the heathen scatter, we say. Yeah. I'm not used to hair being in my face and stuff. I was trying something new, but I don't really like it. Alright. So yeah, we like that. So when it comes to these institutions could be the secret society. I feel like that's what it is. But the institution is heavily burdened because of their moral compass. So it's like they've been fooling all these people into thinking that they have all the power, fooling people into thinking that they can't leave or else, fooling people into thinking that they really are the powers that be, when they completely forgot about God, because a God really run things, not you wannabes, okay? And you know who will inherit the earth? The meek shall inherit the earth. Not the bad man and the bad gal. For God knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. If you didn't know, now you know. Let's take a look at the institution. What do you want to tell us about this institution, please, Mosai? Interesting. Alright, so before we move on to that, because God is guiding me to this deck, we're going to get the underlying issue. So we got like a group of 25 or so people who are moving on. That's the underlying issue. Okay, so they quit. They give up on whatever institution this is that they used to belong to. Okay, and then we have the wishful thinking of another set of just about the same amount. Ain't that weird how it's almost the same amount? They're saying they did it over there, so we can do it over here too. Okay? The underlying issue, moving on, there is more. You won or succeeded. So some people victoriously moved on from this institution who had a fucked up moral compass. And the institution is now burdened because it's like, oh my God, we're losing our members. We're getting so small. I'm telling you, Babylon is falling. Your time is up. God gave you guys power over society. God made you the movers and shakers over society, and you made a mess of the opportunity. Everything is crumbling. And not because we the people stood up against it, but because it stood up against us. So we're walking away. Music isn't good anymore. Food isn't good anymore. Air isn't good anymore. Education nonsense. Medical system nonsense. Political system nonsense. Housing system nonsense. So because of that, you're getting a lot of people walking away. And all it took was one person to show the courage. And God gave the courage to about 25 people instead. So this is what you didn't want to happen, institution. I know. Because as soon as one little pebble drop in the water, the ripple effect. This is how Babylon fall, everybody. It's not by us standing up and fighting. It's about everybody taking charge of their own self. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places. Sometimes it calls for physical damage, yes, but most of the time, no. This is a battle over principle. 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 So you won or succeeded, and you will receive compensation for your inflictions, financial or other kind. So those who have been suffering at the hands of this institution, you're going to be compensated. Or we are going to be compensated. Number of persons involved, the 16 to 20. So this is like the same group of people who decided to walk away. Obviously, they walked away from the institution because they didn't like the conditions that they had to dwell under. It was not okay with them. Like, if you want to go around earth with a fucked up moral compass, that's fine. But being a bad man and a bad girl is not for everybody. Not everybody can stomach that shit. Not everybody can deal with the consequences of doing that. Some people are cool like that. And that's okay. But some people, they find themselves not being cool like that, but caught up in situations that call for them to be cool. And they don't like it. So as soon as they see an escape, they're gone. And that's what we got going on. And then look, we got number of persons involved, 30 to 50. So this is another section of this group. God saved them from their own stupid decisions. We got code word, doing something in your name, somebody's name, and they knew better. They knew better. So this other set that were about to do the nonsense, God is going to make whatever they're going to do fail. Because God is saving them from their own stupid decisions. Because they know better. With their dark magic. The Obia woman dark magic. So let's take a look at this institution. Let's find out what God wants us to know about. Oh, it was this deck. So yeah, so we got They're moving on, and there's more. You wanna succeeded, you will receive compensation for your inflictions. Number of persons involved 16 to 20. So this first set of like 50, yeah, it's like 50 people walking away. From this institution. So let's find out what it is that God wants us to know about the institution. So after moral compass was metaphysics, so everything, the study of everything. And then we got finance and environmental affairs, and the neighborhood, worldwide politics of the past. And then we have them in problems with the laws of the universe and the human family right now in the present. So now it's time to move. Transportation to beauty. Better days are ahead. We got betrayal. You better glorify the Creator. So God said, don't even try it. You better fall in line. Because just watch what's going to happen to you. You want to act like you don't have to have no respect for the laws of the universe. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's funny. So yeah, so the institution, they're burdened because of their moral compass is jacked up. So these other people who were also part of the institution, they're like, you know what, I'm getting the fuck out of here because I see where this is going, and yeah, I didn't sign up for this. Shit. I'm out. Okay, so let's make some space here. So the secret society is falling apart. So let's find out what God wants us to know about the institution. I feel the institution is representing the secret society. Look, we got moving on and time is running out. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Like, things are really about to change, okay? The things that you used to be able to do and succeed, the bad things I should say that you used to be able to do and succeed and look like you're not really paying for it, the time is running out where you actually have to start paying for it. The rules that apply here, they have changed. Or not even changed, they are being enforced. Divine law is in these times being enforced. So no more will people be able to look at wicked people succeeding and say, well, how come wicked people succeed? Because they never did. They suffer in the dark, but now God is about to bring what was in the dark into the light so you can see them suffering for their nonsense. So we won't have a need to talk about how wicked people get away with doing wicked things. They never did. They're just good at hiding their sufferation. God knows the desires of their heart. And if they were to be honest and tell you their story, you will find out what it is that God has taken away from them. God knows exactly how to get to them. Maybe they weren't even smart enough to know that God was punishing them for the wickedness that they've been doing. But no bad deed goes unpunished, and no good deed goes unrewarded. In this society, they teach us no good deed goes unpunished. That is nonsense. You see how backward? And they tell us love hurt. Love doesn't hurt. All these things are nonsense. Love heals, it doesn't hurt. And no good deed goes punished. Because even if somebody repay you evil for your good, Your good for you is there to be collected on your journey. That evil that people pay you in exchange for the good that you did to them is not your pay for the good that you did to them. Is that you were walking with somebody who was untrustworthy. You were walking with somebody who had different intentions to you. But the good that you do is waiting for you on your journey. Sometimes you're getting blessed and you wonder, well, how come things are working out? It's because of what you already did in the past. God is a fair God. God is not unfair. People are unfair. But the laws of the universe are very fair. It's just that we are not trained to recognize them as being active in our lives and in our society. But for those of us who are paying attention, we know and we see. Yeah, man, God will never set up life in a way that you get paid wickedness for good, because that's what encourage people to be wicked. Because it's like, if I'm gonna get you before you get me, and that destroys society. Allowing ourselves to believe that we do not get compensated for the good that we do turns us into monsters. It's like, what's the point? But the truth is, we do get compensated for the good that we do. We just don't know how to recognize the signs yet until these times. That's why people like me are here to highlight these facts. And then people who start to pay attention, you'll be able to see what we're telling you is true. Human beings are just, we've been mentally corrupted by the teachings that we receive in our society. Through the movies we watch, through songs on the radio, through stories we read. Our parents take on the nonsense, pass it down to us. And those of us who do manage to escape that ugly matrix, there's a society or institution that surround us with actors and actresses to make us believe the nonsense that other people have been living and portraying because of the nonsense teaching that they got. So those of us who choose to stick to the light and stick to the right, they put all kind of evil around us so that we can think that everybody is evil, the world is evil and unfair. But that wasn't for me. I know better. And if you're an actor repaying me evil for my good because they sent you to try and brainwash me into believing that everybody is evil and life is just unfair, then you don't bumbleclad count, period. You're not a real person. You're just a stupid human. You're a stupid, weak human. So, the institution. What we got being uncovered here is the underground stuff that goes on in society that is very well hidden. Okay? This is the stuff. This is the story, or these are the details of our story, the human story, that is very well hidden, but which is very active and very influential over the human story. I wonder if you understand that. These are the hidden parts. This is why you don't understand why you have to sell your soul to get what's rightfully yours. Like, why can't my talent alone speak for me? Why can't my intelligence alone get me into any school that I desire? Why is it that if I want to make plenty money, my only options, it seems, is to do wicked things like sell drugs and steal and become an assassin and do all that type of shit? This is the backstory as to why we human beings have been led to believe that these are the things that we have to do to survive. This is the backstory as to why so many women become prostitutes. This is the backstory as to why so many women become promiscuous, or men. Everybody is just promiscuous nowadays. These are the this is the reason why mechanics lie to you and charge you more money, or life insurance, they make you pay, and then when time comes for them to pay out, they find loopholes, and the musicians can't get their royalties because the people in charge have already found loopholes. These are the people who keep society off balance. These are the people who raise hell on earth. These are the people who create broken families. These are the people who program men in such a way that they can't cry, they can't show any sign of sensitivity. It's not cool to have one woman and just be happy and be prosperous and successful with your one woman. These are the people in the background that train women to become gold diggers, have sex with men, have their children, and live off of custody money. These people, these are who are being spoken about. These are who run society. This is the society that's actually, this is the secret society that's actually dwindling. They're losing their power. This is Babylon. Babylon, the head of Babylon. That's what this is. So let's find out what else God wants us to know. Right now, Babylon is heavily burdened because of their moral compass. So they thought that everybody that worked for them were as corrupt as them. No. It's the lies that you've been telling the people who work for you that motivate them to do the fuckery that you instruct them to do. But once they find out the truth of the situation, your magic wears off. Your influence dwindles. And that's what we got going on here. Dirty Babylon. Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Fire. This is the institution that make it easier for a single woman to get housing, and if you with your man you can't get no housing, so it's better if you break up with your man and go live you and your child alone. These are the institution that poison our food. This is the institution poison our water, our air, you name it. These are the bad guys, the Antichrist. And people didn't realize that they were fueling and giving their power to the Antichrist. And this is why I keep telling you guys that this secret society would be completely powerless without you. You, individual man and woman, you are the power of the secret society. Because them all fat or skinny, wrinkly white people who sit at the top of the pyramid, they can't come out and do the things that you do. They can't come out and police us. They can't come out and sing stupid music to corrupt our children. They can't come out and press no buttons to send no missile anywhere. You are the ones who do all these things, following the instructions handed down the pyramid till it gets to you. If you don't do what you're commanded to do, society will be a much better place. It's because you listen to your superiors and you do whatever they tell you to do without asking questions, without doing any research, and their intentions are wicked and evil. And in your mind, I'm just doing my job. Until you wake up and realize who you really working for. So let's take a look at the institution. Let's see what God wants us to know about the institution, whose numbers are falling. I told you guys Babylon is falling and you don't believe me. You hold up Babylon. You the people, we the people. We perpetuate Babylon with our behavior and our choices. We are the ones who are the strength of Babylon. This is how I make my money. This is how I keep a roof over my head. This is how I feed my family. Is it really worth it? This is how I fund my lifestyle. I can't go back to being poor. Okay. So compromise your soul. You choose to sell your soul. No problem. No problem. Because as it said before, shit's about to go down. God said, whatever you're trying, you just gonna fail. And it's because God is trying to protect you from your own stupidity. I guess, everybody is in class. You have to learn your lessons. When you had enough, then you've taken enough L's, you'll take a different path. When you've lost enough, you will take a different path. Institution. The underlying issue is the subject matter is the code word. So a code word is a secret word. So, institution. So these came out in the reverse, but let's check. First thing we got is they're trying to discredit you, the institution. They're trying to discredit you. But God's delegates are on the case. The good guys. So yeah, the Antichrist, they're trying to discredit you. That's what they do. They corrupt people. They corrupt systems. Let's check and see. Feels correct like this. Yeah, it's in the upright. So that's what the institution do. They try to discredit you. They try to discredit everybody. They try to discredit God. And look, the number of persons involved, it says 201 to 500. And then we got God is watching. Fake social media accounts. Fake accounts, period. Lies. Falsehoods. The devil is a liar. Hey, you got you won or succeeded. They don't want us to win. Yeah, number of persons involved, more than 10,000 of the private sector. Ruling over the people. Corrupting the people. It's deception. Culprit. So at the top of the food chain of this institution is between 200 and 500, between 200 and 201 to 500 and 500 people. So it's a small amount of people. So you got people at the top, and then they have the people who come right under them, and then they give the orders from the top to the next set of people, and then these people give the orders to the next set of people from these people who got the orders from that people who got the orders from that people. That's the society that we live in. Okay? It's the people at the top that run it. But God said, I'm watching. I'm watching all your lies, all your fake social media accounts, and all your other accounts of everything else. All the lies that you tell to win or succeed. To win over these people, to win over thousands of people. So they say God is watching all the fake accounts so that they can win over these people of the private sector. Deception. They deceive you guys in order to make you guys the culprit. So you become a criminal and don't even know that you're a criminal. You think you're doing what you do for the right reasons when it's not. You're doing it for what you think is the right reason because you've been deceived. But these people are realizing that they've been deceived, and they're like, you know what? I am not fucking up my soul for you. I'm out. And then we got these other people over here who are seeing what's happening over here with these people, and they're saying, you know what? I want to leave too. I do not want to be a part of this secret society anymore. The part of this brotherhood or whatever the hell y'all want to call it. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So that's what God wants us to know about the institution. The institution, they lie to you in order to get you to do their dirty work. They lie to you, make you criminals unknown to yourself. Let me go stir up my pot. Hold on. I'm cooking. Do you smell what the rock is cooking? Y'all are wondering why I'm sagging. I need to sag because my pant is squeezing my belly. My belly that is it is hurting me. Not because of my own illness, but because of the nonsense products that the same institution be putting in my stuff, my cigarettes and my sugar and my milk and whatnot. So it makes my belly very sensitive. So in my house I sag a lot because I'm free. So the institution is the world domination people, them, the bad guys, the secret society people, them, right? Okay, so is there anything else that we need to clarify? Let's see, what's this? So this was saying location inherit. When we clarified, what were we? Oh yeah, we were checking to see what this is about. So then it says location and inherit. So this is about a specific location, because you know this institution is actually worldwide. So there's a specific location where they got together and they were like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be part of this anymore. And then we got inherit. What does that mean? I don't know. Let's find out. Location, inherit. Location. This could be speaking from a psychological perspective, like I used to think this way, or I used to be okay with that, but now they're taking on a new energy. Or this could be talking about, I'm gonna do the cards, but what I'm getting from this is basically what I said just now, but this is talking from God's perspective. God is like, if you're with this institution, when I pour out my wrath, you're going to inherit what they're inheriting. So if you're not with them, when I pour out if you're not in Sodom and Gomorrah, when the rains come, you will not drown. So you better leave out of Sodom and Gomorrah now. Psychologically, spiritually, that's what that's saying. If you're with them at the time of the pouring out of God's wrath, you will inherit exactly what the institution is about to inherit. In 1 hour, Babylon has fallen. I think that's what it says in the scriptures. So, location and inherit. Let's let the oracle card speak for us, or speak for the Most High. So, where do we clarify? What are we clarifying first of all? Okay, inherit. Right. We got loss of position wanting to show itself, like, yeah. Because of crime, obviously. Yeah, like I didn't know I was a criminal. I didn't know these people were giving me commands that were actually against the law. I thought I was going after criminals. I didn't realize I was the criminal. Yes, my darling. When these people send you to hurt innocent people based off of their lies, you become the criminal. So all of you who are working on my case, an innocent woman, just know that you are all criminals, knowingly or unknowingly. Don't believe me, just watch. when you're found with them in the day of God pouring out its wrath and you find judgment to hit you left, right, and center, you will know that you were the fucking criminal. Remember me tell you so. And y'all have been suffering me since 2008, now 2025. So that's almost 20 years of persecution I've had to endure. That's how long you have been victimizing me. Okay. On behalf of this institution. every night and every day now. So the subject matter, we're clarifying inheritor. What does God want us to know about this inherit part? So we're checking to see what this is about, right? It's about the location and inherit. So we're checking the location. We know what location means. It's where you're at. It could be psychologically, it could be physically. I more think it's psychological, but once we get the information for the inherit card, it will all make sense. Okay. So the subject matter, we're talking about a loss of beauty. It's not nice anymore. It's not sweet anymore. It's not fun anymore. I'm not happy anymore. I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing anymore. Moral compass. So it looked like both of these cards came out in the reverse, but we're gonna check the energy. So it's loss of access and ulcer. So let's check and see how it's meant to be interpreted. Like that. Feels correct like this. Let me just make sure. Okay, like that. All right. Okay, so they're both in the upright. Loss of access and ulcer. So, inherit. What's there to be inherited? Depending on where God finds you when it's pouring out its wrath on this institution, which is the secret society, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination, okay, the fake Illuminati. Depending on where God finds you, if God finds you with them, you will inherit loss of access and also loss of access to people, places, things, and whatever else have you. And also ulcer is an empty hole. That means loss. You will no longer have your house, your car, your life, your sight, possibly your leg, your arm, your heart, your lungs, your kidney, your whatever, your man, your woman, you're gonna lose people, places, things. And you will be shut out of wherever you want to have access to. So this could mean imprisonment. Because if you're in jail, you can't go to the corner store. You can't visit your grandma. You can't see your children. You have no access to a lot of things. This could talk about becoming paralyzed. You have no access to your freedom. This could talk about mental instability. You will lose access to your cognition. So this will appear differently for different people. But God says, if I find your ass with these people when time run out, you're going to suffer with them. Like I always say, if you sail with them on the ship, when that ship starts to sink, you are going down too. God is not looking for any excuses. How many times have I come on here with these type of messages? That's how many warnings God has given. All right. Underlying issue. Loss of desire. God said you need to stop. What you think you want is not what you truly want. Loss of desire. This is how I pay my rent. You better lose your desire to pay rent from this source of income, because it's going to cost you a lot more in the long run. And time is running out. How much time do you people really have? I don't know. It could be months. It could be years. Maybe even a decade. Who knows? But time is running out. So do you really want to fuck around and find out and let time run out on you? As you wish. So we got loss of desire, loss of value. This is how I pay my rent and keep a roof over my children's head. God said you need to lose your desire for that source of income because it has no value. You're going to lose more in the end. The risk and the reward, they're not balanced. So we got lack of psychic abilities, cognition, connection to the universe, intuition, loss of psychic abilities, loss of magical abilities. You'll be powerless. And God said, blank card. That's all I have to say to you. God says, story done. If you want to know what was coming next, loss of strength. So this could easily suggest illness. It could suggest an inability to influence. Loss of access. This will show up in so many different ways for so many people. It's not going to show up the same way. But just know you will suffer loss. Ulcer. And ulcer is a hole in the stomach. So if you want to relate that to reality, it could actually be ulcers too. You could actually develop them kind of illnesses as payment for your evil deeds. But this is why people don't recognize when the universe is punishing them. They don't see the law like they can see the law of the land in a book. That's the first thing. They don't get their sentencing by seeing a judge telling them that I sentence you to ... Your sentencing from the universe is a guilty conscience. These are the type of punishments. I'm just going to give you some examples. If you're suffering from a guilty conscience, if you're suffering loss of money, if you're suffering loss of people who are important to you, if you want to have children but you just can't, if you want to grow your hair and your hair won't grow and your hair is very important to you, anything that you love, anything that you desire, anything that you need, but you find it eluding you, you don't have these things or these people, and no matter what you try, it's just not working. That's your sentence. If you're living in this country when you really want to be in that country, that's a sentence. If you're living in this house when you really wanted that house, that's a sentence. It's a punishment. Denying you the desires of your heart. Denying you those things and people who make you happy or that make you happy. This is how the universe punishes us. This is also how the institution punish people like me to make me look like it's the universe that's punishing me. So it made me look to you people as though I've done something in order to inherit all this misfortune. When really and truly, it's the actors and actresses, the secret agents, you people that they hired to do things to me, to my business, to the men in my life, to my family, to my clients, to my equipment, to my water, to my air, to my, these are the things that make me look, and the lies that they tell on me, saying I'm a prostitute and all these things, these are the things that make me look to you other people, because the same the people who are sabotaging my ear is not the same people who sabotage my water. The people who sabotage my business is not the same people who sabotage my love life. The people who sabotage my love life is not the same people who sabotage my family life. Do you understand? So unless you all get together and really talk about what's happening and see that you have all been included in this charade, you will see my life falling apart over here and think, oh, I'm just a bad tenant. That's why I wasn't paying my rent. You don't know about how these agents were fucking up my business, fucking up my equipment, and making me can't do my work, making me not feel safe in my own environment. You see me come on here blowing my nose, you would swear it's like this girl always has a cold. I don't have a cold. It's an attack. But because you didn't launch, you weren't the one who activated these little black particles in my living space that get stuck in my clothes and just be around for a long time. And even when I sweep them up, they leave like a kind of residue on certain surfaces that burn my eyes, burn my nose. And when I breathe it in, it actually burned the inside of my nose. And you look at me and think, she forever have a cold. I don't have a cold. I do not get sick. You would think I don't eat properly. But what you don't see is the one who spewed these little black lint lookalike things in my environment. That's causing me problems even till now. That was since last year, late last year, they started doing that to me. Okay? Around August or something like that. And it's almost August and I'm still suffering from these things. You look at my missing teeth. And you will assume, oh, she has bad hygiene. You didn't see the ones who were putting whatever they were putting in my food or in my smokes. You didn't see the dentist when the dentist was using that little pointy tool and making tiny little holes in my teeth, my healthy teeth. Just waiting, because after years, little bits of food get into those little cavities. And if you're not conscious enough, which I wasn't at the time because I was very young, you don't realize what's happening, and that's how cavities develop. Because if you're searching why you have to dig so far down into my teeth, you're making holes. That's what you're doing. So because there's so many secret agents and so many people getting paid to do so many different things at random times, you all are never collected to see the magnitude of attack that has been launched on me over the years. Y'all will look at everything that's wrong about me and just assume it's me who is a poor communicator. I have bad spending habits. You'll assume I have bad hygiene. You'll assume everything negative about me that they have created to make me look like. This is my life. This has been my life since about 2008. I feel like it's before, like 2007. It's even before that, really, because it looked like the man, them that come into my life, they look like they were set up from the beginning. So I was sleeping with the enemy. I had no clue. So if you know that I'm an innocent woman, if you have discovered what my real story is, and you know that I'm an innocent woman, if it is your job to sabotage me, just know that you are the criminal. And you are the one who is in the line of fire for judgment. And me in the line of fire for compensation. Because I will be compensated handsomely for all of the persecution, the inflictions that you people have put me through. So today for you, tomorrow for me. So if you are found on the ship when Babylon ship is sinking, you will sink with Babylon. So all the things that you tell yourself, you're doing this so you can get that money for, you're going to lose them. All the people that you're hoping to make happy with this ill-gotten money, you're all going to end up in tears as a result of it. Okay? So anyhow, that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Bye. So yeah. These people say, I quit this bullshit. Dirty Babylon. Run away.